And good afternoon, everyone. Yes, good afternoon, our distinguished participants. Can you hear me, please? Good afternoon, everyone. We are glad that you took time to join us again today on another episode of the Tech Law webinar series. Excuse me. Organized by the Nigerian Bar Association Section on Legal Practice, Tech and Law Committee. And today, just like we have had in previous session, is going to be another enlightening, very knowledgeable session because we have a very distinguished speaker in the room. I'm not the moderator for today, so I'm just going to hand over to Abdurrahman, who is our moderator for today, to take it up from here. Abdurrahman.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and you are welcome back to this enlightening session.
Okay, hello, Abdurrahman. I stopped hearing you. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Okay.
Yes, the session has started, so let's proceed.
All right. I welcome each and every one of us to this enlightening session, and I would like to begin by reading the intro of our speaker today. Today, we are going to discuss on the topic Developing Your Law Firm, Legal Department, AI Use Policy, Part 1, and it is going to be done by our speaker, Olaopa. I'll be reading the bio of our speaker. Olaopa is a research-driven AI and data analytic leader with over 13 years of experiences driving business growth through data-driven insights and strategy, advanced analytic, machine learning, and intelligent automation. With a strong track record across telecommunication, banking, and analytic consulting, she has consistently transferred complex data into actionable insights that drive measurable impact. She is a certified senior big data analyst (SBDA) by the Data Science Council of America and holds executive MBA in HR management from the Metropolitan School of Business and Management, UK. And as well, she is a BSc in Industrial Chemistry from the University of Ilorin, Nigeria. Currently, she enrolled in Harvard University's online professional certificate in data science, and she continues to deepen her experience in cutting-edge AI technologies. At MTN Nigeria, Hope leads the analytic and machine learning team within the marketing division, where she currently serves as an acting senior manager, analytic, insight and ML. She is a proud member of the MTN Digital Champions, playing a pivotal role in the company's transformation from telco to techco, driving innovation in customer value management, churn prediction, hyper-personalized segmentation, and campaign management using AI and machine learning. She is a proud holder of the TIBA Award 2024 and also a top exceptional professional of the year in data analytics. Her passion for digital thinking, continuous learning, and adoption of emerging technologies fuels her mission to unlock business value through data. Her mantra is life is beautiful, so is data, but try music. Ladies and gentlemen, all once again to this great session, and I would like to invite our speaker to begin their presentation. Ma Hope Olaopa,
Okay,
you can now begin.
sorry to interject. Okay, thank you, Abdurrahman, for that. I'm sorry to interject. Before our speaker takes the mic, I just want to say that, once again, you're welcome, everyone. I can see that new people are joining. Almost every minute we have new people joining the conversation. Thank you very much for joining. My name is Damlola Victoria Alabi, and I am the coordinator of the Tech and Law webinar series. Thank you for joining us. So a few instructions, please, before we commence. Please note that there'll be no need for you to drop any of your details. As long as you register for this webinar, your details are captured already. And when it is time, the CPD link will be shared in the chat box, please. And the CPD link will only be active for the duration of this webinar. So we'll keep sharing it repeatedly. After the webinar ends, the link will no longer be active. Please, this is very important. We don't want to have calls or messages after the webinar requesting for the link. The link is only active while the webinar is on. So please fill the link while the webinar is here. And there'll be no need to drop your Supreme Court number, your email address, anything. Those are your personal details, please. There'll be no need for you to share them. Thank you very much. Then secondly, like we always say in all our webinars, the crux of what we do in this committee on our webinar series is guided by the MBA SLP AI guidelines. So for those who are joining us for the first time and you are yet to download these AI guidelines, just take the time, go to the MBA SLP website. The AI guidelines are there. This is because this guideline is literally what guides all our conversations around the use of technology, around the deployment of AI in your practice, so that you're within the confines of the RPC and not flouting the law on any side. So please, not only download, familiarize yourself, and even for subsequent sessions, this is like the Bible, yes, or it's like the Constitution of the Tech and Law webinar series, the MBA SLP AI guidelines. Please check it. And once again, on the CPD issue, the link will be shared in due time, and it is only active for the duration of this webinar. Thank you very much. So once again, yes, over to our speaker, and thank you for listening. Over to you, Ma.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Damilola. Thank you, Abdurrahman, for the introduction. Again, my name is Olaopa. I'm going to share my screen now. And thank you to the president, to the chairman of the SLP Tech Series, and to everyone for inviting me. It's such an honor to be speaking to lawyers. I'm not a lawyer. And yeah, even though growing up, I wanted to be a lawyer, but somehow life has its way. And then from the time we were asked to choose a path, I found myself not choosing the path of becoming a lawyer. But I'm here today and I'm glad to be here talking to lawyers and judges, and it's an honor to be here. So my name is Opalaopa, and I want to welcome you to today's episode on building your law firm's AI policy. Okay, I know we've done so much about AI. I took time to go over some of the past episodes on YouTube, and I can see the level of information, the level of knowledge we've gained in this tech series. And I'm really excited that we, as a country, as different institutions, we are on the path of getting it right with technology. And sorry, let me try and close this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. So I'm excited that we're getting it right on the path of technology, because whether we like it or not, it has come to stay. And so today we'll be looking at how to develop a comprehensive AI policy for your law firms. Every organization needs a policy to guide AI adoption. Yes, AI is still in the so there are phases when it comes to when new technologies, when new things come on board or in place. We have phases. So we are still in that phase of the buzz. So it's still the buzzword. Everywhere you turn to AI, machine learning, even the people that don't know what it means, everybody's saying AI. And then in the name of AI, a lot of things has been sold to us, both the truths and the lies. And then if, in fact, if somebody wants to sell popcorn to you, they can come and tell you, oh, this is AI popcorn, just to sell. Everybody now puts AI, because everybody now knows, because it's still in the buzzing phase. Everybody now knows that if you just put AI there, it will sell. So how do we now navigate out of this space? After this buzzing phase, we now enter the phase of acceptance and integration. We are gradually getting there, but we are not there yet. However, it has come to stay, and we need to, this time, this buzzing phase is the right time and the best time to guard against the unethical use of it. Every good thing has its advantage and its disadvantage. As good as food is, it can become detrimental to our health. And yet, food can as well become beneficial to our health. So, what do we do? How do we ensure that by the time we get to that phase of acceptance and integration of AI into our day-to-day lifestyle, we are doing it right? And that brings us to developing this policy. So once again, my name is Hope. I welcome you. Most of my life has been in telecoms and a bank.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, you froze for a bit.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, but you can hear me now. We're good.
Yes, loud and
Yes, we
clear.
can.
Okay, so most of my life has been in telecoms, and right now, even in the telecom space, okay, from my bio that was read, I work with MTN Nigeria, and even as an organization, we are currently at that phase of transitioning, of adopting this AI technology into. I know MTN is one of those organizations that you look out for, and then you say, oh, these people have gone in AI, in digital literacy and all of that. But trust me, we are all at that phase of accepting and transforming. So we are also in that our transformation journey into becoming not just a telecoms company, but a technology company. And what makes a company or an individual or an organization technology driven is not just about laptops and systems. It's not just about Excel and Microsoft Word. It's about the all-encompassing world of digital literacy, AI, machine learning, LLMs, and all of those uh, things that we say the big things. Okay, so on AI, we are all still learning. Albert Einstein says, the more I learn, the more I realize how much I don't know. On this AI journey, we are all learning. Nobody has all the answers in this AI journey. Nobody has all the answers. So I know we've learned so much about what is AI and all of that. I'll just give us a background again to tell us that AI encompasses systems. It's a cumulation of systems that are designed to perform tasks that typically requires human intelligence. They are stimulated, they behave like humans. They are manufactured to reason like humans and make decisions like humans. How do we bring this into law? You want to get extracts from legal contracts, you want to automate your legal process. A lot of us still do a lot of paperwork, carry files and all of that. All of that can be automated using AI. And then AI is built on trainings, on data. The more data you use to train your AI, the more and better refined results you get. And then there's now a senior brother of AI, which is the generative AI. I know right now we will see some videos in law. We'll see some people come with evidences, or some people will come and say, "Oh, this person did this, and then this is evidence." You see the video, and then you find it very difficult to differentiate if it's AI or it's not AI, if it's genuine, is it fake. Even genuine videos, some people will tell you that no, I didn't say it is AI. You will hear some voice note, but that is not my voice, it's AI. That's all of those. That's my senior brother of AI is the generative AI. And that is what is used for all our videos, our voicings, and all of that. And so generative AI is more like a class of AI systems. You have AI and then bringing different AI systems together to form large language models and building rags around it. So it's like going a step higher on AI. So what does this do for us in law? We say AI, you can use AI to extract insights, you can use it to automate your process, you can use it to interpret your legal language and all of that. But with generative AI, that is where you now have your text to speech, where you can type something and you are hearing it, where I can call you on a phone, I can make a call to you, and then you are seeing what I'm saying written out on your phone without you having to type it, and then you can create content automatically. Just by one prompt, you're already creating a whole video. Just by one prompt, you're already creating and building you can build a company from scratch to finish with generative AI, with AI generally. You get. So understanding what AI is very important for us to know how well to leverage it in our day-to-day task. And then there's always this big question, will AI replace us? No, AI is not here to replace anybody's work. AI is not here to take anybody's work. AI is here to make us better at everything we do. However, what will replace us if we don't accept the reality of the fact that AI is here to stay is the people that knows how to use AI to better their performance. So technically, it is not AI replacing us. It is still people that will replace people, but this time around, people that knows how to use the digital tools, AI, and every other thing available to us to better their work. So, I said initially that AI, we've been sold a lot of lies in the name of AI. So let me just give you one or two things on what is not AI. But before I show this, before I joined MTN, I used to work for an organization. And then some weeks back, my boss posted something. I said, no, this is not AI. And then we argued and argued. And I said, okay, boss, if you say it is AI, I agree. 2 days later, he came back and said, oh, I agree with you. It is not AI. And now I believe that it's not AI. And I said, what happened? I said, you get. So what is not AI? Robots are not AI. You see, when we hear AI, the first thing that comes to our head is this red eyes, big-headed, machine-looking woman, or woman-looking machine, and then with all the wires and all the connections and everything. That's the first thing that comes to us when we say AI. But that is not AI. It's just a presentation, kind of. Robots are not AI. That call center agent you call or that call center robot talking to you is not AI. So let me put it as this. Anything programmed to give you a yes or a no answer is not AI. They are work of statistical models. They are works of mathematics, 1 + 1. They are not AI. Anything that cannot reason like human is not AI. Your ChatGPT or our ChatGPT is an AI tool built with data. I know we've done a lot on ChatGPT. If you query and you give a prompt to ChatGPT, you will see something thinking or reasoning. Anything, any system that cannot reason is not AI. So for something to be called AI, that means it has the capacity to reason and think and behave like human. That is why you will ask your ChatGPT, how are you today? And ChatGPT will tell you, I'm fine. You can tell your ChatGPT what happened last week, what happened 2 days ago, what happened today, yesterday, what you have in your calendar today, what you are going to do, your plan for the week. And then ChatGPT comes back later in the day to ask you, how was your presentation yesterday? just like humans. So for us to really enjoy AI, we need to interact with it like we interact with human being. So anything you cannot interact with, like you're interacting with your fellow sister, your fellow brother, is not AI. So anything that is black and white, 1+1, is not AI. So I hope I've not confused you on what is not AI, but just take it as anything that cannot reason like human is not AI. If you say go there and it goes, turn here and it turns, is not AI. So why do we need to study this AI? It is a tool that has come here to define the future and even the present. It has come to alter the present and it has come to define the future. It is a tool that can be used for good and for evil. It is a tool that has come to impact the way we live and impact the way we work. So basically, AI is here to stay. And because it is here to stay, we need to build ourselves and get ourselves ready for it. Because we now understand that it is for good and for evil. And when something is both for good and for evil, we need to build policies, strategies around it to ensure that we use it the right way. We use it the good way and it serves the good purpose for us. So, why do we need an AI policy? Because AI is here to stay. Every day, as we are talking now, some people are somewhere developing a solution for us that we wake up to tomorrow morning and say, oh, this is a new AI tool. This is a new AI solution. Oh, with this AI, you can travel from Lagos to Abuja in 10 minutes. Somebody is somewhere doing that. 10 years ago, if they ask me, can we have a solution that can mimic human 100%? You won't know the difference. 100%. Your face, your head, everything, 100%. I will say, oh, maybe not totally possible. But now, we have it. So with AI, we can do unprecedented things. Things you cannot imagine is happening with AI. So because of that, we need to have a policy. AI technologies offer transformative potential to enhance efficiency, improve accuracy, and provide invaluable insights across the spectrum of legal work, irrespective of your own jurisdiction in the legal profession. AI would help to improve our efficiency and accuracy. So why do we need this AI policy? Ethical compliance. Because whether we like it or not, we will use it. Even if we say AI is not allowed, don't use AI. I was in a program one day and somebody said, no, the use of AI is not allowed. In my mind, I say it's not possible. You put young people in a room to come and do a course and you are saying don't use AI. It is not possible because the new young people, the new generation of people graduating universities now, they went through universities with AI. You can't compare a graduate of 2024, 2025 with a graduate of 1989. Why? Because the graduate of 1989 spent hours in the library, read books, textbooks, law books from cover to cover. But the graduate of 2025 sat down with their computers and did their research online, everything online. A lot of graduates, a lot of recent young people don't even know the way to the library, but they know how to harness digital literacy. Then coming to say don't use AI, it's not possible. So it is here to stay. But we now need to ensure compliance, ethical compliance, ensuring that AI is used in adherence to ethical obligations governing legal professions. NITDA and a lot of our other tech firms in the country, they are doing a lot in propagating this AI policy, digital literacy, and all of that. So I know that as a government in Nigeria, we already have a level of policy around the use of AI. We already have obligations. We have laws. Maybe some are not called AI. Some are not termed AI, but we have legal and ethical obligations around a lot of things we do, around a lot of processes we go through. And in law, I used to tell people that Nigeria has the best laws. If you look at countries around, Nigeria has one of the best laws. We have laws in Nigeria. We have laws guiding everything in this country. So how do we ensure that we are compliant and we comply by the governing laws and obligations that we have? Then legal compliance. In laws, we need to ensure compliance with all pertinent laws and regulations. We have data privacy laws, we have intellectual property laws, we have non-discrimination laws. If you are going into an agreement with anybody, the first thing you are signing is a non-disclosure agreement. That's the first. Before you even sign contract, the first thing you are signing is a non-disclosure. Why? Because we want to protect our data. We want to protect our organization. We want to protect every conversation that happens in the process of going into that agreement. Then we want to reduce risk. We want to proactively, before the problems even start or even happens, we want to mitigate this potential. We've seen that this thing can cause problem in the future. How do we ensure that this does not happen? We want to mitigate the risk, and then we want to build trust with our clients. Sustaining and strengthening clients' trust. When we have a policy around the use of AI, we give our clients a level of comfort to say, oh, okay, that's fine. There's a level of comfort that comes with it when our clients know that we are using AI, but we are using it responsibly. And then it gives us a level of transparency and accountability. Establishing guidelines for AI usage helps us to foster an environment of transparency. If I know that you're making decisions based on AI, you are transparent with me, I'm your client, I come to you, and then you are telling me that, oh, okay, we'll look at this, okay, we'll look at it in this direction. However, we also get some input we also get some of our inputs from AI and then make some of our decisions based on AI to get historical data or to know how this case has been handled in other country or in other continents or in time past. And then finally, operational standardization. It is important that we standardize our operations, and everybody should know that you cannot do anyhow. You cannot use things anyhow. And if you do things like this or you go against this operational standard that we have, there are consequences. A lot of problems we have around us here is lack of consequence. So everybody just does do things anyhow. Somebody can just wake up and do a whole video and just cook up something, do a whole video and publish in the name of no consequence. So it is important that in law, as lawyers in our organizations, and not just lawyers, okay, some of us do other private practices, other businesses on the side. In everything we do, we need to have an operational standard. And then when we are using technology, we need to ensure that we follow the technology operational standards and ensure a controlled environment where things are done right and AI is used ethically. Okay, so what are the key components of an AI policy? Our goal is to build an AI policy. What are the key components of an AI policy? When you are writing it, it's just like every other policy document. An AI policy is just like every other policy document. And I'm glad that we already have one that we were asked to, the SLP document that we were asked to download. Please let us download it. Let us go through it, because it will also give us a guide into what our AI policy for our individual firms should be. If you are into company law, you are into family law, you are into corporate law, whatever jurisdiction of law that you are in. It is just like your regular policy document for anything. So what are the key components? The first one, you do your scope to define the objective of your document. Now, just like every other policy document, you are targeting this one towards AI. You want to have a clear defined policy, you want to a clear defined purpose, you want to specify which tools are accepted, which tools are not accepted. Trust me, there are 1,001 AI tools. It is not just ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Cloud. Yeah, maybe those ones are popular, but there are 1,001 other AI tools that does big things that we have with our ChatGPT or our Copilot and others. I will show you. I think I added something on some other tools that we are not so familiar with, but we can use to do some other big things. Okay, and then the second thing is our ethical consideration. We want to address moral and society impact of AI. It has to be clearly stated in our policy document. We have to state our ethical consideration in black and white, in yes or no, so that people don't, and not in clauses that may be okay if no, in firm um clauses, because AI is as bad as it is as it is good. Let me put it like that. It is as bad as it is good. And then we have transparency and accountability. We need to clearly state the level of transparency, the level of openness and responsibility we want to see with AI. We need to show risk management, the strategies to reduce risk. How do we reduce risk as an organization? How do we mitigate against unfair outcomes? How do we limit our exposure to cyber threats and attacks, especially if it is a law firm that handles big clients? You want to reduce exposure to attacks, because the people attacking them, they are not attacking for money, they are attacking for information. Okay, and when they get access to some information, then they get access to the person's life, technically. So we want to, as much as possible, reduce that kind of risk. And then we want to continuously monitor and evaluate the impact of AI on our operations. Apart from AI systems performance, we want to know how AI is impacting our work. So we need to have continuous monitoring and evaluation policy. How do we want to monitor? Do we want to do the quarterly monitoring, weekly monitoring, biannual monitoring? How do we want to do it? How do we want to evaluate? How do we evaluate? Do we evaluate by research, by asking our staffs to do surveys and all of that? How do we want to evaluate the impact? So we need to state it clearly in our policy document. And then roles and responsibility. Who does what? We need to, maybe who does what is not by the person's name, but by the position. Oh, the chief judge does this, the clerk of the house does this, and all of that. We need to assign the roles and responsibility to the right person and map it correctly. And then training and resources, and we need to state those roles clearly in our policy document. And then training and resources, we need to continuously train our people, train lawyers, the upcoming lawyers, the older lawyers. I'm sorry to say, with all due respect, our older people in our older generation that are still actively working, a lot of them find it really hard to accept technology. It's not because they don't want to, but it's a way of life they are used to. So we will not train them to accept technology the same way we will train the younger people that are coming to accept technology afresh. So we need to have training and resource, provide education and tools for compliance, and suit it to meet each person's personality. So now looking at the key components one after the other, what does ethical consideration entails? Okay, so for the scope entails the clear defined scope of policy, specifying which tools and applications are covered. But let me suggest, this is just a suggestion, in using AI, we also need, because of privacy and all this ethical use that we're talking about, we have a lot of tools. I know we've learned about anonymizing our data and all of that. AI fits on whatever you feed the system. AI is a system trained with data. The more data you put, the more refined your output. If you have small data, you will have a lot of hallucinations in your output. But if you have solid data, lots of data for the AI to train with, the more refined your data becomes, your output becomes. However, in ethical use, yes, we've talked about um, anonymizing your data. When you are feeding AI, especially if you have to upload legal documents, if you have to put in processes, or you have to query your tool and not directly using customer's name, or not directly getting not using it in a way that you can link that information to somebody, that's anonymizing. So we've learned all of that. However, I would recommend that even though there's a way we can control to a small extent what AI does with our data. For example, ChatGPT, you can reduce it. You can tell ChatGPT not to use your data to train their AI to, and other people cannot have access to it. But that is based on what we see. Do we know what happens in the back end? Every information you upload anywhere, not just AI now, everything you type, you upload on the internet is stored somewhere. It doesn't go away. That's why they always say internet never forgets. It does not go away. Even if you think you've deleted it, it does not go away. It's stored somewhere. And that is why we have data centers across the world. We have data centers across the world. Yes, they will tell you, oh, terms and condition, okay, non-disclosure, this one, that one. But you signed it, yes, but do you really know? So because of that, if it is possible I don't know who are everybody on this call, but if it is possible, if it is a suggestion you can take back to the Nigerian Bar Association, if the association can have a centralized data center for legal profession, where the legal AI is now built on, and then you know that the information that will be used around there is legal information. That way, you can have a level of control on what goes in and what goes out. But if we are just using AI tools based on availability, we are at risk of um, putting too much information. We are at risk of putting too much information, and you won't know until one day, maybe you just type in your name on ChatGPT or on DeepSeek or on Napkin, and you'll be like, what is this? And then you will see things that you yourself have forgotten about yourself on there. And it's as sensitive as even the documents you have on your laptop that you did not upload. AI can access it. So, and that is why we need to understand, why we need to have these policies clear on it. So again, if you are using a laptop or a system that you have legal documents on, please ensure that you turn off that feature on any AI tool you are using on your system. Because without you even uploading that document, let me say Copilot, for example, if you use Copilot on your system, on your Microsoft account, and you query Copilot, the first place Copilot will check is your system. And by the time it's giving you output, it will give you output based on the document you have on your system and output based on documents you have online from other sources. And if you request for citations to cite sources for you, it will cite document on your system. So it is very important we understand this scope. And then the state of purpose of the policy, emphasizing its commitment to ethical, legal, and responsible use of AI. And then identify who the policies applies to. Again, the policy applies to everybody that uses AI. Is there anybody that will not use AI? No, we will use it even on our phone. Even if you don't want to use it, WhatsApp is there for us. By the time you are typing, AI is correcting it for you. By the time you are typing your email, AI is correcting it for you. So we are all here. AI is here in our faces, and we can't do anything about it. Ethical considerations, confidentiality. Confidentiality helps. You have to state the confidentiality to prohibit sensitive client data input into unsecured AI systems that require encryption. Yes, a lot of systems they will tell you encrypted, but trust me, they can still, the encrypted data can still be sold. I don't know if any of us, if we followed through the Meta suit that they had against the Nigeria had against Meta towards the end of last year into early this year, it is on data privacy. But Meta will tell you when you're on WhatsApp or you're on Instagram, they will tell you your data is end-to-end encrypted. How come they're having legal suit on data privacy if the data is end-to-end encrypted? So it is very important that we have a level of confidentiality and we prohibit sensitive data being imputed into our AI systems. Competence, we need to train lawyers on the capabilities and limitations of AI. Then independence, to ensure AI to support professional judgment. And then we need to monitor our AI output for bias. Again, when you, like I mentioned earlier, we can build a whole company. We can finish a whole case and pass judgment on a whole case with AI. But then we need to ensure that we rule out bias. So I am personally of the opinion that even though you are using AI, please validate your output. AI hallucinates. Whatever output you have from AI, it is not 100%. AI can quote you, can give you a whole quote that does not exist. AI hallucinates a lot. How do you treat this? You validate what your output is. So please, we need to ensure that is also captured in our organization and tailor it to what jurisdiction of law we are in. Then data privacy, obtain informed consent. So these are components of the policy document. So on data privacy, obtain informed consent from clients before using their data in AI systems. If I come to you for a intellectual property case and you want to use AI as your client, you need to inform me that you are going to, part of your data gathering or your case treating, you have to check AI for some information to know how the case was handled in other systems, in other clients, and then it can now guide how you are going to handle it or the kind of evidences to put together. Provide clients with clear, transparent information about how their data will be used. If if I come to you for a case of intellectual property and you want to use AI, you need to let me know that my case will be out there, and you need to seek the consent of the client to say, oh, I will be using this. Are you okay with me uploading this on ChatGPT, with me sharing this information, even though it's going to be anonymized, it can't be traced to you, but is it okay for you? Are you okay if we still use it, though it's anonymized? Then you need to implement appropriate security measures to protect customers' data. Appropriate security measures is ensuring there's no unauthorized access. How do you do that? Ensure full anonymization of the data. Anonymize your data 100%. Whatever information you are feeding your AI system, anonymize. And then intellectual property rights when using AI tool. You need to ensure that AI does not infringe on copyrights or patent or trademark of other people. And then you need to obtain all necessary license permission before using any copyrighted materials in AI systems. So again, I have mentioned that AI can hallucinate and go and take somebody's work and come and give you. You need to ensure that all of those things are put in check, and you need to build policies around them to ensure that this is not being compromised. And then part of your policy is to ensure non-discrimination. Ensure that AI is not used in a way that violates non-discrimination law. Whatever non-discrimination, everything should be fully captured and written in black and white. Then risk. What kind of risk can we are we mitigating against? Because we need to proactively mitigate against risk. So we need to implement robust data security measures. We need to guard against data breaches, cyber attacks. We need to verify the accuracy and reliability of our output. We need to conduct our due diligence on our vendors. We need to ensure our AI models does not degrade. Again, there's something called degradation in AI. And that is why I would always advise that if you are using ChatGPT for a case, don't base on ChatGPT alone. You can use ChatGPT, use Copilot, use DeepSeek, and then compare results, and then use yourself as well. Use yourself. Use your colleague as well. Borrow people's brain, okay? Borrow people's brain. Just sit down and also look at it in a way that, okay, this is what I want to do, but this is what ChatGPT has given me, this is what DeepSeek has given me, this is what this one has given me. Bring all of this together and have a robust output. And then on transparency and accountability, we've talked on disclosure, we've talked on documentation, we've talked on responsibility as well. Then training and education and enforcement. Please, it is important that we train our people on responsible use of AI and let people also know about the policy. After building an AI policy for your organization, it is not enough to build and keep. When you build the policy, you ensure people live by it. I mentioned earlier that Nigeria has one of the best laws. We are a country that has laws, but how many people knows the laws? How many people, how many Nigerians know the consequences of every of their actions? And that as well can happen if we don't pass the message correctly to everybody, every staff. So we need to build the policy and train people and ensure enforcement of this policy. Because again, somebody, how do you enforce people from using AI? If I say don't use ChatGPT, how do you ensure people don't use ChatGPT? In my organization, we don't use ChatGPT. Where I work, we don't use ChatGPT. If you want to use ChatGPT, you cannot use it on the company's laptop. It will not work. There are so many AI, DeepSeek, if you want to use DeepSeek, it will not work. As long as you are using the company's facility or you are in the office environment, it's not going to work. It's a way of enforcing ethical use of AI. So based on your organization or your firm's objectives, this enforcement, you need to find a way to do it. And then regularly review the policies. Maybe today there's a new AI tool that is out and then you want to try it. Before you try it, don't let them use it. Pilot it with a sample, maybe 1 or 2 persons, see how it looks like, and then like do the pilot before proper implementation. Then implement a process. There should be a process for reporting and investigating violations of the policy. However, all of these things that we have talked about also that cannot happen with paper. Everything also is digitally embedded. So it brings us to, we now need as an organization to have a proper system, proper technical system to ensure effective use of AI in our organizations. There are some basic things we also now need to invest in. So we've done the policy. How do we now manage this policy? How do we implement this policy? We've developed the policy. In order to manage it and implement effectively, I've talked about education, educating our staffs. That is the communication aspect. We need to monitor the usage. Technically, we might need to now start talking about investing in our own kind of databases, our own technical environment, maybe not the big ones, not the very expensive one. Maybe just get our own server and have a controlled internet systems, that anything that happens on this internet has to be at sort of a level of security and control. Then conduct regular audit and checks of our systems, AI systems, and process it. And then get feedback from employees, feedback from clients on how effective our AI usage and our AI policy has been for employees and for our clients that we have used this for. And then ensure adaptability. Whatever policy we are building should be adaptable. We should consistently, from time to time, review our policies and say, okay, as new things are happening, as things are changing, as the landscape in the digital landscape is improving and it's getting better, it's improving, getting better, and getting tougher. By the day, we need to adapt our realities to all of these changes on a daily basis. Then finally, we have tools. We know about AI, we know ChatGPT, we know Cloud, we know DeepSeek, but there are a couple of other ones. I've talked about, I mentioned Napkin AI. There's Gemini. We know Gemini. Gemini is from Google. Then there's Notebook LM. There's Perplexity. We have Gamma. We have Julius. A lot of other ones. So you can play around them. I would drop the links to some of this in the chat box. If you want to do a level of analytics, you don't need to be a data analyst to do a level of small analytics, even in the law firm. Okay, so I will just drop the links to some of this for us, and then if possible, if you need me to share, I can as well share this document. But we have this table does not capture everything, but these are a few ones that can help us in our day-to-day task. Thank you. Now we can take questions.
All right, thank you so much for this insightful session. We have plenty questions which are awaiting us already, and I will appreciate it if we can raise our hands to indicate for questions. So the questions which I have already noted while the session was going on, which is being frequently asked, was how to turn off the AI button in the system so that it will not have the access, it will not have the ability to access our data, our information which are stored on the system. I hope you got my. Oh, you are muted, ma. You are still muted.
Okay, sorry. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. So to turn off AI from accessing what you have on your system. So first the question is the tool. Which of the AI tools are you using? So let's say you are using Microsoft Copilot, for example. So let's say you are using Microsoft Copilot. Everybody that is using, if you are using a Microsoft account, okay, if you have an active Microsoft account, you have Copilot embedded into it. So for Copilot, if you want to turn it off, you go to settings, and the same thing on ChatGPT. For ChatGPT as well, you go to your settings, and then for on Copilot, you have permission settings, and then allow Copilot to access local files. Let me see if I can share again. Let me just share and show us. Let me share like this and share screen. Share. Okay, so this is Copilot. Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, we can see it.
So this is Copilot. So if you come to your image here, so this is on my own personal, not my office account. This is my own personal account. And then if you go to settings, it opens this page for you. Then you see permission settings, file search. Allow Copilot access to local files to be able to retrieve files for you. If you turn it on, so for my own, it's off. But if you turn it on and you leave it like this, you will, anytime you query anything, it will first reference the files you have on your systems and then reference the files online available on the internet. And then the same thing for ChatGPT. Where's ChatGPT? Sorry, there's something still. And the same thing for ChatGPT. For ChatGPT, if you is on the web. So on ChatGPT as well, you go to settings and then you turn off the button. I'm trying to log into my ChatGPT. Okay. All right, so I'm back here. Sure. Okay, so on ChatGPT, you can as well come to settings. So on settings here, you see personalization. Then you have reference. Then you have reference saved memories. You can turn that off. Then you have custom instructions. You can also tell, you can put it here to what traits should your ChatGPT have, anything ChatGPT should know. You can tell ChatGPT anything you don't want ChatGPT to use, you can take it off. Then your data controls as well. You can, under data controls, you can now improve the model for everyone. You can turn it off when you turn off improve models for everyone, it means that anything you do on your ChatGPT, you are saying anything I do on my ChatGPT, don't use it for anybody else. Use it for only me. But you've done that. Do we really know what they do with it in the back end? You get. So you can just play around your settings. We even have the kind of notifications you can receive. You can personalize your how your ChatGPT is used. You can, so this now is showing different things that I've done with my ChatGPT, is because ChatGPT also save AI generally, not just ChatGPT, saves whatever you have on the you've queried, and that's why it has the capacity to recall any conversation. If you have a conversation, you did something on ChatGPT last week, you can come back and call it and say, oh, I call my ChatGPT by name, so I have a name for my AI. So I can just call my AI and say, oh, okay, last week we talked about this. What do you think about it? I've done this. Interact with your AI like you interact with humans, but with a level of control. I hope I've been able to answer that.
Yes, thank you so much. I'll proceed with the next question. So the next question is, okay, I'm sorry, these people that are joining. Okay, the next question is that the person is asking that the hallucinating part of AI is scary, and what can we do to properly mitigate it against its ab initio risk?
Okay, so yeah, AI hallucinates. We can't rule out that. However, you can help AI reduce hallucination in two ways. Your prompting. So you that you're asking AI question, you need to ask the question right, and you need to have an idea of the kind of response you're expecting. So that way you detect the error when AI is giving you error. I heard the story of a lawyer, is it in UK or somewhere, that went to reference a case that never exists from anywhere, and a non-existent case, and then the lawyer gets queried. Probably the guy used AI, and the AI just gave him something. He did not verify it, he just went ahead. And it is difficult to verify if you don't have an idea of what your expectation is. So you need to have an idea of what you want, so that by the time you are getting, like we always say, AI is here to help us enhance our output, not to take over. It's not like, oh, I don't know anything about this thing, I just want to use AI to just go and I want to do this thing and I want to use AI. You need to have an idea of what you are expecting. And then you need to now give AI the right prompt. Oh, AI, okay, so you're saying AI, I have a case on intellectual property theft. Mr. A wrote a song, and then Mr. B sang the song, and Mr. B is claiming that Mr. A is claiming that the song belongs to him and all of that. And then you want AI to tell you or give you instances or of how that kind of case has been handled before, maybe in US, in Canada, in UK, or anywhere in the world where cases like that had existed and handled before. You need to tailor it. But if you just go to AI and say, oh, what do you know about intellectual property case? AI will just give you answer, what he knows, whether it's true or it's not true. And then there's a way you can now tell the AI, give me realistic results. Give me concise and realistic results, not the ones generated by AI. Based on human interaction, based on historical data, realistic results. You understand? So you need to query right, and then you need to know what your expectation is. AI is here to make us better and not take over our capacity to do things.
All right, thank you so much, ma. If there's any other question, kindly let us know so that we move to the next section as soon as we are done with that. For now, there is no other question in the question box.
Okay, I think I saw yeah, sorry, Abdulkarim. I think I saw okay, so I know I saw a contribution, and before I logged out earlier, network has been messing with me a lot. I know there were a couple of questions, but I know someone asked about the possibility of, yes, somebody said AI for legal writing. How do we guard against plagiarism? So I think she already kind of referenced that, and you have to have an idea of what you're writing and all of that. But if you have any additional thoughts about that, ma, you can just share. AI for legal writing, how do we guard against plagiarism?
Okay, so there's this saying that the Oyibo man that did pencil, that manufactured pencil, also manufactured eraser to clean it. So, and I can see a comment here that says privacy is dead. Trust me, it is still AI you still use to do the plagiarism. So there are tools. A lot of people are doing medical educational research work and all of that. They will tell you, oh, don't plagiarize, don't do this. They pass your thesis through Turnitin and all of that, and then it comes back plagiarism 90%, and they failure. But now it is easier with AI. You will write with AI. You will remove plagiarism. So AI again has
Thank
come to
you.
stay. But at the end of the day, you need to know and have an idea of what you are expecting. You understand? So it's not like
Thank you.
you are using AI
Yes.
and then you are still copying the part of AI that says, sure, Madam Ilola, I can help you, or do you still want me to? No. You get. So it is the human part of it, even though AI is doing the work, the human part of it, we should not take it away. That way we have a balanced usage of AI.
Oh, thank you so much for that, ma. On a lighter note, someone is asking if your background is AI. If your background on your screen,
Yes,
your
it
background
is.
is AI. Oh, okay.
It is.
Okay. Then someone is asking, good preparation and quite insightful. Can you please share the categories of Gen AI tools?
Okay, I have one here on the slide. I can drop the slide and I will share the slide with Abdurrahman so you can share it to everyone that needs it. But I have some tools in there, and then the links to those tools are also there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for that. So we look forward to receiving the slide. Somebody's asking, Danladi Adayilu is asking, please, what is the best AI tool to remove plagiarism?
So there's no best AI tool for anything. See, at the end of the day, AI is AI. There's no best tool, because if I tell you, oh, Gemini is the best, every company will tell you they are the best. Gemini will say they are good. Copilot will say they are the best. Everybody will say they are the best. So you need to look at, maybe use this, and see which one works best for you. And that is why there are so many. Sample this here and there and choose what works best for you, what gives you the best. I personally, I am very comfortable with ChatGPT and Napkin AI whenever I'm doing any research work. I love Napkin AI so much. ChatGPT, I love it, but there's a level of, okay, let me show you what Napkin AI looks like. Let me just show you in 2 minutes what Napkin looks like. Where's my share button? So at the end of the day, whatever you want to do is what determines what tool you should use. So let me show napkin. So because I do a lot of analytics, graphics, presentations, I so much love napkin. And with napkin, there are different ways you can really go about it. You can either, so this is what napkin AI looks like, napkin.ai. You can upload documents, or you can let AI give you, you can do a prompt for AI to give you whatever. So if I say, let me take new napkin, draft with AI, and then I come here, I say, hello, okay, give me a one page document on, give me something in law that we can use. Let's say one page document on how to handle plagiarism in legal research. And then it goes handling plagiarism in legal research. It gives me all of this. So, and it's still writing, it's still thinking, it's still doing all of the research work, and then it gives me this. And then it gives me conclusion, it gives me bullet points, not just. So the difference between this, let me open ChatGPT and do the same prompt on ChatGPT. If you do the same prompt on ChatGPT, so ChatGPT, hello Rabba. So I said I have my, okay. Give me a one page document on how to handle plagiarism in legal research. Okay. You know, I didn't specify whether to tailor it to a particular industry, to tailor it to a particular, I just said legal research generally. So this is giving me like this. So ChatGPT will now come and say, okay, do you want me to put it in branded format or in Word document? Napkin will not ask you that. But with Napkin, I can still do more with it. I can do my full design with Napkin. If I just come here and then I'll say, okay, I want this to be in like a picture format or a graphics format, kind of. It gives me the different option. Legal research integrity, addressing. So it gives me different ways to go about it. So I don't want it as Word. I want it as a form of psychographics. I have it like this. So there are different tools. So you are the one that will now look at it to say, okay, this is what I want to achieve. This is the kind of tool. Okay, I've used this, I've tried this. Okay, this works best for me based on my area of specialization. So for people that don't really do a lot of, it might not even be in law. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of us, an average Nigeria does not have one stream of income. We do plenty things. So it might be in other ways, other things that you do that you want to use this kind of tools. So just look around, different tools that work, different tools for different purpose, but you need to understand what you want to achieve. Once you want to know what you want to achieve, then you sample the tools and pick the one that works best for you. But there are a lot of them. But I will share the file with Abdul Karim, sorry, so that he can as well also share with us.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much for that, Ma. Thank you so much for your very insightful responses. We have a couple of questions. We're also running out of time. But I can see that two people have made very interesting contributions to the conversation. So I'll just take their contribution.
Okay.
Israel Usman says small contribution on privacy settings and limiting use of your data. First, None of the AI vendors can be trusted on their privacy settings. Second,
I agree.
there's full access switch off. It is only of limited functionality. AI reconfigure your systems by default and
Yeah.
embed themselves in computer registries and access devices libraries. Third, being offline does not mean your files and data cannot be accessed. Other methods, they gather data access files include diagnostic data, user data, which has collection scope covering even keystrokes. The core method of preventing all of this is local installation of open source models and confidential files information on systems that are siloed from external communications backed by VPN, MFAs, and all of that. So thank you very much for that contribution, Israel. So yes, okay, so someone is asking, is Napkin AI free to use or I have to subscribe?
It's free to use. Napkin is free to
Oh,
use.
interesting. Okay.
But
So
there's
what's
a
Napkin?
pro part that you can now pay for if you
Subscribe if
want
you want
more, but
something
it's free
extra.
to use.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for that. So once again, participants, please, we are repeatedly sharing the CPD link in the comment section. The link is only active while the webinar is on. So please take the time and fill the link. Once this webinar is over, the link will no longer be active, please. We are sharing again and again. Please take advantage of this. So I'm trying to see if there are more questions for you, Ma. Thank you so much. It has been a very insightful session. There's a lot of interest in your presentation. People want to have it. And yes, we will share the presentation and even share a report of this session like we normally do. And for those who may want to rewatch the video, please go to the MBA SLP YouTube channel. You can catch a replay of the session on the YouTube channel. Solomon is asking, is the ability to convert AI generated content to humanize it under some platform capable of being considered as amounting to plagiarism?
So okay, so like I said before, AI has come to stay. It is everybody's reality. In fact, there's really nothing anybody can do about it. As long as you don't, as long if the moment you are able to naturalize it, it's not plagiarism anymore. A plagiarism is you took it and you use it directly. Just copy and paste and you use. But the moment you are able to you are able to naturalize it, you have bring in your own input, maybe even other sources from books, from other authors, from other people's research work and all of that, and you have been able to bring all of this together. Then it becomes, once you naturalize it, you can't call it plagiarism anymore, because at the end of the day, AI helped us to enhance our work. So maybe it's something you would have, it's not as if you would not have been able to do it, but maybe it's something that would have taken you like 1 month or two to achieve or to finish writing, and AI does it for you in less than 1 hour. And then you have your AI output in 10 minutes or 20 minutes, and then you use the remaining 45 minutes of the 1 hour to naturalize it, get other sources, and just make it, enhance it, make it better. You can't outrightly call it plagiarism. But let's assume that you just take that AI work and you put it in and then you use it like that. Then you can say, oh, it has a level of plagiarism. You understand? But the moment you naturalize it, then it becomes your work. However, if there are sources that is not from you, you need to cite your sources just to ensure that um you can be referenced. You understand? You need to cite your sources as reference just so that nobody's coming to say, oh, but this is my work. And you know that the work is somebody's work. You understand? So when you are using AI for research purpose as well, ensure AI gives you the sources, the references that is getting information from, and then you validate those informations. The moment you are able to validate those informations, you are sure that these sources that AI has given me is correct, and the information the AI has given me from that source is correct, then you're good. Because even
Thank you.
in education research work, if you take from a textbook or from another professor's work and you use, you must cite that professor. If you don't cite that professor, then it's plagiarism. So you must cite every source of your data for research purpose.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much. There's a lot of appreciation in the comment section. People appreciate it. Our participants appreciate they appreciate your presentation. They're looking forward to receiving the slides. I can
Thank
see
you.
someone saying they'd like to catch a reward. So please head to YouTube. You can always find it there. Thank you so much, Ma.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very
Thank
much.
you,
Once
everyone.
again, on the CPD issue, please, we are repeatedly sharing the link. Please check and fill the link. Is very important because we are running up this session in a question of minutes. In a few minutes, this session will be over. And yes, we will share a presentation, which will be shared to you by mail. Please fill the link. It takes only a few minutes. And yes, a few seconds actually. And yes, the link is working. If it's not responding at your hand, check your check your network. I mean, check your network or check your browser, something. Thank you so much. Yes, oh, okay. Your response to my question is brilliant. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. We appreciate you. On behalf of the chair of the MBA SLP, Mrs. Boma Alabi, SAN Hohen, the chair of the MBA SLP Tech and Law Committee, Fernandez Marcus-Obiene, and all the members of the committee. It has been a very wonderful session. Thank you so much once again. Thank you so much, Ma. We appreciate it. Please, the CPD again and again we are sharing. It is only active for the duration of this webinar. Please, we don't need to share your details. We don't need your email address, your Supreme Court number, your email. Those are your personal details that should not even be shared in public. So please, what you need to do is to fill that link you're seeing. After this webinar, the link will no longer be active. We will not be attending to any questions or inquiries from anybody about the CPD link. We will no longer be able to do that. So please, now is the time, take advantage, fill the link. The link will still be reposted even for the next 2-3 minutes while we wrap up the session. So thank you so much once again, Ma. It's a
Thank
pleasure
you
to
very
have
much.
you. Thank you very
Thank you.
much, Ma.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, and thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. So we'll see you at the next session. So please, we'll still be sharing by 3:25. We'll be ending this meeting. So in the next 3 minutes, we'll still be repeatedly sharing the CPD link. Please fill the link. Once again, my name is Damilola Victoria Alabi, and I am the coordinator of the Tech and Law webinar series. And it's a privilege to have been your host today, kind of. Special thanks to Fernandez Marcus-Obiene, the chair of the Tech and Law Committee, for the opportunity to represent him and to do this. Yes, thank you so much. We are sharing and resharing the link, please. In the next 2 minutes, this webinar will be officially over and the link will no longer be accepting responses. So please take advantage of it. Fill the link now. Just patiently look at the chat box. The link is there. The admin is repeatedly sharing it. So we want to believe that everybody who attended the webinar has filled the link. And like we said, the presentation slides will be shared to you via email. If you want to catch a replay of the session, please head straight to the MBA SLP YouTube channel. All our previous sessions are there. You can find all previous sessions, all our previous webinar sessions. And trust me, they've been very, very, very enlightening. And we'll still have more sessions to come. So stay tuned. Keep your eyes glued. Just keep looking, keep your eyes out on your email, the WhatsApp groups. Every Thursday, at least all things being equal, every Thursday we are here. So thank you very much. And this is us. We're winding down. Last announcement. The last, last boarding announcement. Please fill the CPD link. After the webinar, we will not be attending to any questions or inquiries about the link. If you fill the link, you will get a certificate. So please fill the link. The link is still open and accepting responses now. But once this webinar is over, that will no longer be the case. That will no longer be the case. Yes. Okay. The AI guideline. Please just head to the MBA SLP website. On the MBA SLP website, you can find the AI guideline there. The MBA SLP website, you can find the MBA SLP AI guidelines on the website. Yes, thank you very much. You can find it there. And this is 3:25, and officially we are wrapping this up. Thank you so much. Yes, Abdurrahman. Let me let you say goodbye to our participants. Let me confirm you're still on the call. Yes, Abdurrahman. Okay, so we are closing now. So you can just say your goodbye.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. And thank you for staying up to this moment.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you for hanging out with us again this Thursday. So we'll see you some other time. CPD link is now going to be closed because we are also closing. All right. Bye.